In this demo, we'll see how to add pagination to a list of records. In this module, we already have a screen created with a list displaying employees. The list data comes from the getEmployees aggregate that is defined at the screen level. Let's start by adding the pagination pattern from OutSystems UI to the screen. This pattern requires a few parameters: the starting index, the max number of records per page, and the total number of records in the list. Let's add two local variables to store the starting index, and the max number of records to show per page. Let's now set the values of the pagination pattern. Both the start index and max records will use directly the respective local variables. Regarding the total count, this has to be set to the number of records fetched in the aggregate that is the source of the table. Finally, we have to set what happens when the end user changes from one page to another. Inside this new client action is where we will define the behavior, and this will actually refresh the list data. So let's change its name to refresh. In the logic, we have to set a new start index, which can be done using the input parameter of the action. With an assign, we can set the local variable of the screen to this new value. And finally, refresh the aggregate data. This takes care of the logic. But we're not done yet. We need to make sure that the local variables are properly defined. By default, we will start with the index as 0. And for the max records, we'll set the number of records to show per page. The final step is to set the start index and max records properties of the aggregate. Let's now publish our module and see how it works in action. The pagination pattern will show at the left which records are being displayed, and the total number of records. And to the right, the page switcher. Clicking on the page numbers allow to navigate between pages.